Sports welcomes you to Wrigley Field, one of baseball's biggest stages for the second of a three-game Interleague series between the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox on the Fox Saturday Game of the Week. And a good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fox Saturday Baseball. I'm Kenny Albert in the Cubs dugout with Cubs manager Mike Quaddy. Mike, as you begin the second half of the season this week, what is your message to both the team and the city of Chicago?
Stay healthy and keep playing hard. You know, we've got to play better baseball, but you know, it's been a good weekend. We did lose Z, but we get a three for one coming back. So Marlon's active today. We got Barney back here recently, and Woody came back yesterday. So we'll get Z healthy for the second half. Give him a couple of weeks to get his back in line, and then we need to go play baseball. And it's kind of fun. I looked at my lineup today, and it's the first time I've seen this lineup in quite some time.
So Marlon Byrd is back. He will bat sixth. Mike, good luck today.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Now over to the White Sox dugout. Eric Karros with Ozzie Guillen.
Thanks, Kenny. Ozzie, the third best record in the American League since May 7th. Why are you guys going to get to the postseason?
I think because we're going to get hot. It's offense. Our offense is going to be better. I think our pitching staff, we got get better every day. I think the bullpen is very strong. But there's no doubt in my mind our offense is going to pick him up and do better for the rest of the season.
All right, we'll see you in the postseason. Crosstown Classic coming up next. Cubs and White Sox.
The Windy City Classic. White Sox and Cubs have met during interleague play each and every year since 1997. And this afternoon, 90 degrees here in Chicago. Heat index of 101. Chicago White Sox won yesterday's game 6-4. White Sox just a game under the 500 mark. At 41 and 42, their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Juan Pierre leads off, followed by the third baseman Brett Burrell. Adam Dunn hits third. Paul Konerko in the cleanup spot. Then catcher A.J. Pierzynski. The shortstop Alexi Ramirez hits sixth. Bottom of the order, Alex Rios, Gordon Beckham, and the White Sox pitcher Philip Umber White Sox getting set to face the 27-year-old right-hander Matt Garza, record of 4-6 over his first 14 starts as a Chicago Cub.
Yeah, an acquisition this offseason. He was expected to be one of the big three. Today, he's got to keep the ball in the park. In his last 18 innings, he's given up 5 home runs. The ball will be flying today. You've got to be careful with Paul Konerko, who is 5 for 8 against Garza. 2 home runs, 2 doubles.
Garza faced the White Sox back on June 21st on the south side. Not involved in the decision. White Sox won the game 3-2. Defensively for the Cubs, brought to you by Scott's in the outfield. Soriano in left. Marlon Byrd returns from the disabled list today. He will start in center field. Fukudome at right. Pena at first. Barney at second. Castro at short. Ramirez at third. The battery of Garza and Soto. The opening pitch is brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. White Sox have won 3 in a row. They have not been at the 500 mark since mid-April, when they were 7-7. Hoping to get back to 500 here today as the former Cub Juan Pierre steps in to lead off for Ozzie Guillen against Matt Garza. Pierre, a 2-run triple in the 7th inning yesterday. His 2nd consecutive game-winning hit. And the first pitch from Garza, in for a called strike. 0-1. Pierre, Morel, and Dunn for the White Sox. Here in the top of the first inning as Garza delivers the 0-1. And Pierre sends it into right field, and the running catch is made by Kosuke Fukudome for out number 1.
Well, Pierre hits his ball hard. Fukudome does a good job of getting a jump. It almost seems like it hangs up just a bit. He's able to run it down. That's important because Pierre has been hot. Leadoff hitter. You keep those guys off so you can go after the middle of the lineup.
So with 1 away, here is third baseman Brent Morel. Morel batting .251. He was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. Fastball missing away. 94-mile-per-hour fastball from Garza, now 2-0. White Sox 3-1 against the Cubs this season. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, talking before the game, we had looked at Brett Morel and only 2 walks all season. Here he's got a 3-0 count, 1 pitch away from getting to 3 walks.
He walks on 4 pitches. So a 1-out base runner for the White Sox. The crew chief, Gary Darling, behind the plate. Bruce Dreckman at first. Paul Emmel at second. And Rob Drake is the third base umpire. So Brent Morel, as Eric mentioned, coming into this game, 195 at-bats. Only 2 walks. In fact, he set a franchise record at the start of the season for the most at-bats without drawing a walk. Morel on at first as Adam Dunn steps in. Happy to be facing a right-hander.
Yeah, yes, he is. No secret, only 1 hit against left-handed pitching this year, and that was an infield hit with that.
1 for 53 against left-handed pitchers. Dunn's struggles this season at the plate have been well chronicled here in Chicago. Visited with a sports psychologist earlier this week. Took part in a simulated game facing a couple of minor league pitchers.
The only remedy for all of this, just get some hits. And you can have everybody talking to you, everybody offering suggestions.
Dunn did not go around, says Ron Drake.
But the only thing that will get him out of this is to have a bit of success, just so he doesn't have to constantly think, oh, what am I doing? Am I getting my foot down? Am I pulling my shoulder? Am I waiting back? Am I being aggressive?
And he has had success against the Cubs. A lot of success here at Wrigley throughout his career. Garza missing inside, now 2-2. 41 home runs against the Cubs, most that Dunn has hit against any team during his 11-year career. Paul Konerko waiting on deck. One out. Morel, the runner, on first. 2-2 from Garza, lifted foul off to the left side. Dunn with 361 career home runs. He is tied for 72nd all-time, Eric, with Joe DiMaggio.
Well, you just forget the home runs. The guy gets on base, sees a lot of pitches. He's always had high strikeout totals, but couples that with a high walk total as well.
Four-time All-Star. He has struck out 100 times this year, most in the American League. And leads all of baseball since 2004 in both walks and strikeouts. Second in home runs. The 2-2 from Garza, and he drills this one to right field, but it will stay in the ballpark. The catch is made on the warning track by Fukudome for out number 2.
Well, this one gets in on the big guy just a bit. Hits it right about at the label. You can tell because when he gets a ball, it just flies. And today, the ball will fly. I'm going to go check his bat.
White Sox fans chanting Paulie as Paul Konerko steps to the plate here at Wrigley. He took Garza deep less than 2 weeks ago, back on June 21st. 5 for 8, 2 home runs lifetime against Garza, nothing in 1.
But you see there the 5 for 8, the 2 home runs. He's also got 2 walks, 2 doubles. It's one of those things as a hitter, sometimes you just see the ball well. You see the release point off a certain pitcher.
Castro, high throw. Konerko is retired. Middle of the first at Wrigley. batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Kosuke Fukudome, the right fielder, leads off, followed by second baseman Darwin Barney. The shortstop, Starlin Castro, hits third. Aramis Ramirez in the cleanup spot. Then Carlos Pena. Marlon Byrd making his return today. The center fielder bats sixth. Then left fielder Alfonso Soriano. The catcher Giovanni Soto. And pitcher Matt Garza. As the Cubs get set to face the 28-year-old right-hander Philip Humber, record of 7-4 in 14 starts, earned run average below 3. And a look at the scouting report on Humber.
Well, he's got to curve him, and that's really his out pitch. He'll throw it to right-handers or left-handers. And as there always is, there's one guy in the other lineup that you want to stay away from, not let you beat him. That's Aramis Ramirez. He's hit 6 home runs in his last 9 games.
Humber, a former first-round draft pick of the New York Mets, 3rd overall back in 2004. Started only 1 game for the Mets. Underwent Tommy John surgery in 2005. Traded to the Twins in the Johan Santana deal. Then moved on to Kansas City. And it has been a breakout season in Chicago for Humber here in 2011.
Well, it really has. You know, he suffered his first loss in his last start in almost 2 months.
Kosuke Fukudome leads off, takes a call, strike, 0-1.
You know, I was talking to A.J. Brzezinski yesterday, and he said the thing about Humber, he just throws strikes. He's got 4 pitches, and any one of them he can locate.
A terrific collegiate career at Rice University. Won a national championship back in 2003. Texas native. Prior to this season, Humber made only 26 major league appearances, just 2 starts. 1 for the Mets and then 1 for Kansas City last year. Now 2-2 on Fukudome. Fukudome, then Barney and Castro for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 1st inning as Fukudome fouls it back. Fukudome, an all-star as a rookie back in 2008. Now in his 4th season, he's hitting .344 here at Wrigley. Just .204 on the road. Bounce foul back behind first. So the count remains 2-2.
Well, when you look at his numbers, as far as putting him in the leadoff spot, he got an on-base percentage of close to .400. But the power hasn't been there, at least what they had hoped to get when they brought him over from Japan.
Well, the Cubs as a team have pretty good numbers offensively this season. 3rd in the league in batting average, 7th in runs, 2nd in hits, 8th in home runs. But they come in 15 games under the 500 mark and have not won more than 2 consecutive games all season long.
Well, just to extend on that offense.
There's a base hit into right field. So Fukudome leads off the bottom of the 1st inning with a single. An 8-pitch at bat. Defensively for the White Sox, brought to you by Scott's. Pierre, Rios, and Dunn in the outfield. Around the infield, Konerko, Beckham, Ramirez, and Morel with the battery of Humber and Pierzynski.
Yeah, just to extend on that, we were talking about the Cubs offense and where they rank. And the one thing they haven't done well, though, is hit with runners in scoring position. You can get all the runners you want out there on base, but if you don't get them in, you're just wasting everybody's time.
So the leadoff man on for the Cubs as Darwin Barney takes strike 1. Barney returned from the disabled list on Wednesday. Leads all major league rookies in batting average at .294, working on a 6-game hitting streak. Humber missing away. 1-1. Humber facing the Cubs for the first time in his career. Made his last start Sunday against Washington, took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Pitch out. Fukudome not going anywhere. Now 2-1. The Cubs finally getting healthy. Barney returned this week. Kerry Wood activated yesterday. Marlon Byrd activated today and in the Cubs lineup.
Well, and as Mike Quaddy told us at the opening, they get 3 guys, but they lose Carlos Zambrano. Had an epidural the other day, back stiffness. They hope to have him back after the break.
He is the 4th member of the season opening rotation that has gone on the disabled list.
That's the thing. The Cubs, no question, have been impacted by injuries, and you couple that with the fact that they're not very deep, and that's what's led to their struggles this year.
Humber missing away, so Barney heads to first. Cubs have 2 on with nobody out. They're in the bottom of the first inning. They trail the season series 3-1. White Sox lead the all-time interleague series 44-38. White Sox won 4 of 6 last season. You took part in this Crosstown Classic back in 2003. No matter what the records are, tremendous atmosphere.
No, great atmosphere, and you know, it's one of those things where it's almost it's not an aggressive atmosphere, and that means that, you know, the fans they're all Chicagoans. Everybody's rooting for either the Cubs or White Sox, but it's not like people are throwing beers at one another and screaming. Great event.
That only happens up in the press box. Castro on the ground to the shortstop. Ramirez to Beckham for 1. On to first. Double play. Starlin Castro grounding into the 6-4-3. Fukudome moves to third with 2 out. So now an opportunity for Aramis Ramirez with the runner on third. What a week it has been. Career home run number 300 yesterday. Walk-off RBI in the 10th on Wednesday. Game-tying home run in the 9th on Thursday.
You know, he's really been swinging the bat well, and we talked about it before the game. You know, when you're talking about your National League third baseman for the All-Star game, from purely a numbers perspective, he's got to be at the top of your list. I know Polanco in Philadelphia is having a nice year.
Ramirez pops this one into left center. And the catch is made by the center fielder Rios. So Fukudome is stranded on third. 1 inning in the books with no score. 90-degree afternoon in Chicago. Kenny Albert with Eric Karros. We move to the second inning with the White Sox and the Cubs scoreless. A.J. Pierzynski will lead off against Matt Garza. Pierzynski, Ramirez, and Rios for the White Sox here in the second. First pitch fouled off back behind third. Pierzynski, 2 hits yesterday. Sizzling over his last 9 games. Batting .421, 16 for 38. The 0-1 from Garza. On the ground to the second baseman, Barney. 1 away. Time now for our Ford Keys to the Game.
Well, Juan Pierre's got to stay hot for the White Sox. He's been getting on base, getting some big hits. The bullpen has been outstanding for Ozzie Guillen. A real key to this turnaround since the first part of May. Garza's got to give the Cubs a good start, give the bullpen a bit of a break, but he's got to pitch like they had expected him when they brought him over from Tampa. Test A.J. A.J. Pierzynski has not had a lot of success in throwing runners out. And I know the Cubs don't run, but this is a time where, hey, let's give it a shot.
Alexei Ramirez at the plate. Batting .281. 7th inning yesterday. Tied the game with a 2-run shot off Randy Wells. And then Juan Pierre would triple in 2 more runs later in the inning. So we take you back to the 7th inning of yesterday's game. Randy Wells on the mound, and Ramirez takes it deep. His 8th of the season, 5th career home run against the Cubs, tying the game at 4. Darwin Barney, 2 away. Cubs took a 4-2 lead into the 7th inning yesterday, and things did not go smoothly for Randy Wells in that inning after he retired the White Sox on 3 pitches in the 6th.
Yeah, he really looked like he had control of the game, but again, in this ballpark, and only a 2-run lead. Pierzynski leads off with a base hit and then the home run, and then just things really started to unravel for Wells.
There's Alex Rios.
Mike Quaddy talked about it after the game, that he felt like he probably mismanaged the game, that he should have had somebody up in the bullpen. But the bullpen had been taxed, but felt like Wells did not deserve to lose it.
Quaddy felt that after that 3-pitch 6th, we try to get 1 more inning out of Wells and hope for the W for Randy Wells, but that did not turn out to be the case. The 0-2 to Rios. Towering pop-up, foul territory. Aramis Ramirez. A 1-2-3, 9-pitch 2nd inning for Matt Garza. AT&T is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Bottom of the second inning for Wrigley Field. Cubs and White Sox are scoreless. Carlos Pena, Marlon Byrd, and Alfonso Soriano for the Cubs here in the bottom of the second inning. Pena leading the Cubs in home runs with 17. Runs batted in with 44. And he lays down a bunt with the White Sox. Infield in the shift. And Pena reaches on the bunt single. How about that, Eric?
Well, that's gutsy to do as a power hitter because you just hate to bunt it to the pitcher or pop it up. You'd be frustrated running down to first, and it's really, you've got to just be able to tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. All I've got to do is put it down. Because of the shift, you got down to first.
Work to perfection. So the leadoff man is on for the Cubs for the second straight inning. Here's Marlon Byrd making his return. Missed the last 39 games. Suffered facial fractures back on May 21st. In a game in Boston on this pitch from Alfredo Aceves.
And we were there, and you could just tell it wasn't good. Multiple fractures in his face. Been down on minor league rehab. Swinging the bat well.
Excited to get back into the Cubs lineup today.
Well, it was interesting. I'd asked him if he watched that video. Because the toughest thing to overcome isn't the physical part. It's the mental part of getting back into that box. And he said he watched it. He said he saw the replay, and he's ready to go, though.
Byrd, an all-star last season. Takes low and away. Now 3-0.
Interesting. All those three of those pitches have been away, and you just wonder. If Umber in his mind, look, I don't want to go inside on the guy. And
Byrd walks on 4 pitches. So the Cubs with 2 on, nobody out, as was the case in the first inning. Well, in just 10 days, baseball's biggest stars will gather in the Arizona desert for one spectacular night. Fox will bring you every thrilling moment of the 2011 Baseball All-Star Game, Tuesday, July 12th, live from Phoenix at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. During the broadcast, don't miss a special world premiere sneak preview of the upcoming Fox show, The X Factor. 2 on, nobody out for Alfonso Soriano. Morel to second, out to first, double play. For the second straight inning with 2 on and nobody out. The next Cub hitter, Castro in the first inning, Soriano here in the second, rounds into the double play. Both on the first pitch.
Well, that's a kicker. We talk about the Cubs and what they can do. Now watch Beckham at second base, though. Is he on the base? Let's see. He catches it. He's not even close. He's out of there. Mike Quaddy, he's out there frustrated, but he's got a point.
And Quaddy has been ejected by the second base umpire, Paul Emmel. Mike Quaddy will head back to the Cubs clubhouse. And he wants to deliver one last message.
Well, again, that's 3 months of frustration right there. And he was absolutely right. Paul Emmel just flat out missed the call there. Beckham clearly off the bag in that situation. I'll say this, let's take a look at this thing one more time. I watch where he catches the ball. Look at that. I mean, he's off the bag, not close. But I think, Mike Quaddy, although he's frustrated at the call, and rightfully so, I kind of believe he's just as frustrated at Castro and Soriano for going up there and swinging at the first pitch both times and grounding into double plays. I mean, that'll drive you nuts as a manager. I mean, have some patience. I understand both guys are free swingers, but we talked about the Cubs and their ability to hit with runners in scoring position, or lack of ability, the lack of patience.
Following the intentional walk of Soto, here's Matt Garza with runners on the corners, 2 outs. So again, in each of the first 2 innings, Cubs with 2 on, nobody out. Starlin Castro swings at the first pitch in the first inning, grounds into a 6-4-3 double play, and then Alfonso Soriano here in the second swings at the first pitch, 5-4-3 double play.
And you know what, though? In both of those situations where those guys swung at the first pitch, the preceding batter walked. One on 4 straight, the other on 5 pitches. I mean, you just got no business as a hitter go up there and just say, I'm going to get the pitcher off the hook, hit into a double play.
Garza just 1 hit this season in 27 at bats. In his career, 1 for 38. The 1-2 from Umber. Garza got a piece of it to stay alive. Missing away with the fastball. Carlos Pena led off the inning with a bunt single down the third base line. A walk to Marlon Byrd. Soriano grounded into a double play. Soto intentionally walked, and now the 2-2. Garza gets the bat on it. Ramirez fires across, so Mike Quaddy will watch the remainder of this game from the TV in his office. After 2, we'll return after these messages from your local Fox station. presented by AT Rethink Possible as we move to the third inning. White Sox and Cubs are scoreless, and we are pleased to be joined live from the Cubs dugout by Kerry Wood, activated from the disabled list just yesterday. Kerry, how are you feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel good. The finger feels normal.
And how have you enjoyed your return to Chicago?
It's been great. Obviously, we would like to win a few more games, but it's been great to be home and back in the Cub uniform and back where I belong.
Well, Woody, you talk about winning. How do you weigh the next couple of months as an opportunity to go somewhere else or stay here with the Cubs may be presented?
You know, it's the talk has to come up first. I mean, there's rumors are rumors, but until you really get down to the serious stuff, I don't think they even need to address it. It's not really, for me at this point, in the cards. I came back here for a reason, and that's because I want to be here and play here. And also we've got some other stuff going on in the city with the foundation and some charity stuff that definitely want to be a part of. But you can never say never. But this is where I want to be.
Gordon Beckham leading off for the White Sox here in the third against Matt Garza. Beckham, then Umber and Juan Pierre. Right field. Bucadome moving to his left, one away. And Kerry, you mentioned the foundation. You and your wife Sarah made the announcement on Thursday, the Wood Family Foundation, to benefit children's charities throughout the Chicagoland area. And I guess you have a big event coming up in mid-September.
Yeah, that's one of our big events, is the bowling event. September 18th, we're going to have a bowling event here that we've done 5 or 6 years. Previously, it's one of our biggest money makers, and it's a great time. It's for a great cause, obviously, helping out children any way we can. And yeah, it's a fun time for everybody.
On the ground to the second baseman, Barty, quickly 2 away as Umbert is retired. What's the scouting report on Kerry Wood, the bowler?
No scouting report. He's going to do it with his left hand.
So more strikes on the baseball field, I guess.
Way more strikes on the baseball field, or should be, anyway.
2 away. Here's Juan Pierre. Now our staff, Kerry, tells us that my partner Eric Karros 2 for 9 against you during Eric's career. What was the scouting report on Mr. Karros?
High fastballs and breaking balls down. That's my scouting report for everybody.
That's it, huh?
When you have an arm like Kerry Wood, that was 96, 97 miles an hour with the wicked curveball. I mean, anybody sees highlights of that strikeout performance against the Astros, it looks like he's throwing a wiffle ball the way he's making a baseball move. And
there really wasn't much thought process. I was young and dumb and had good stuff and just let it go.
2-0 on Pierre. 2 outs, top of the third here in Chicago. Kerry, how about the time you spent with the Yankees? Went to the postseason last year. What was it like pitching in New York?
It was a good experience. I enjoyed getting back with Girardi again and got to meet some new guys over there, guys I've played against and throughout my career. But it was a great experience. I'm glad I got a chance to play, put the pinstripes on, and obviously get a chance to compete and pitch in the postseason again was what it's all about. So I was happy to.
3 balls, 1 strike. Juan Pierre fly to right his first time up. Fastball in for strike 2. Kerry, this obviously a guy you want to keep off the base paths.
Yes, it's the goal. Obviously, keep his wheels off the bases, and obviously other guys are trying to drive him in, so we got to keep the fast guys off the bags.
Counts foul, back behind first. How have you enjoyed these Cubs White Sox matchups?
It's exciting. I mean, again, for the players, it's just another series. EK, you know that. It's there's no more hype for us than there is for another series. But it's fun to come out to the yard. We're full today. Obviously, the rooftops are packed. Good weather. The sun's out. It's not too hot. It just cooled off, and it's a great atmosphere.
Payoff pitch to Pierre. A cold strike 3 on the outside corner. Kerry, thanks for joining us. Best of luck with the foundation.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
First strikeout for Matt Garza. Still no score with the rooftops full.
Currently stationed at Camp Leatherneck, Afghanistan. I just want to give a shout out to the Chicago White Sox and Paul Konerko. Good luck the rest of the season. I hope to see you guys in October.
A big thank you to Anthony Marquez. Anthony, thanks for all that you do. Today's game being broadcast to the American troops stationed in 175 countries around the world via the Armed Forces Network. We thank you for your sacrifice and service to our country. This was just prior to the game. Master Sergeant John Masson, a member of Bravo Company, 3rd Battalion, 20th Special Forces Group, received a huge ovation. John, a Special Forces medic who has served in the Gulf War and Iraq. He was injured in Afghanistan, a triple amputee who has received a Purple Heart and 2 Bronze Stars. At the game today, Eric, wearing his Mark Grace jersey.
Yeah, I saw that. Partner. Mark Grace spending many years here, obviously.
Our colleague at Fox. Kosuke Fukudome leading off for the Cubs here in the 3rd. Single back in the 1st inning and was stranded on 3rd. Cubs have had 2 on with nobody out in each of the first 2 innings. But Starlin Castro and Alfonso Soriano have grounded into double plays. The latter leading to the ejection of Cubs manager Mike Quade for arguing that Gordon Beckham was off the bag. And our replays certainly supported the Cubs skipper.
Pat Listash taking over the helm. There's Beckham at second base. But really, the Cubs have wasted 2 opportunities. And there's no way to sugarcoat it. You got first and second. Guys that just walk, getting down to first base, and then your following hitters, Castro in the 1st and Soriano in the 2nd, go up and swing at the very first pitch.
2-2 from Umber, missing away, ball 3.
I mean, and if you watch the way that Umber's pitched today, I mean, he hasn't had his control. He's been laboring to let him off the hook on 1 pitch.
Line drive caught by the first baseman Konerko for out number 1. Fukudome now 1 for 2 as Darwin Barney steps to the plate.
Well, he smokes this ball. Right-handed Konerko able to get his glove out there.
So here's Barney, who walked back in the 1st inning. Barney takes ball 1. From Umber, missing high, now 2-1. Umber with 7 wins this season, working quickly. Barney on base for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Barney does a nice job of letting this ball travel in on him. He just shoots it out to right center, keeps his hands inside the ball. What I mean by that, he doesn't come around it, doesn't roll. Gets a base hit. Again, this is somebody that he can run, and this is a situation where you've got Brzezinski behind the plate. He has struggled this year. Go ahead and force the issue if you're the Cubs.
Barney extending his hitting streak to 7 games. First pitch to Castro. Umber misses low and away, ball 1. Castro grounded into the 6-4-3 double play back in the 1st inning. 2nd in the National League in hits, trailing only New York Mets shortstop Jose Reyes. Castro with 107 base hits this season, but just 3 for his last 27.
Well, and as Castro matures as a hitter, gains more experience, he'll understand that he is such a good hitter. He doesn't have to swing at the first pitch. He can wait. A lot of people have compared him to a Vladimir Guerrero type in his ability to put the bat on the ball.
Morel, the second for one, on to first, and the White Sox record their third double play in 3 innings. Stupid Love in theaters July 29th and by Valvoline Next Gen. Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, Fox Saturday Baseball from Wrigley Field. Top of the 4th inning, White Sox and Cubs are scoreless as Brent Morel steps in to lead off against Matt Garza. Morel walked in the 1st inning for only the 3rd time this season, and he takes a called strike. 0-1. We are joined live from the White Sox dugout by starting pitcher John Danks, currently on the disabled list with the strained right oblique. Here's the 0-1 from Garza. John, first of all, how are you feeling?
Oh, doing all right. It's new. I've never had this injury, but apparently I'm doing well, and I'm able to do everyday life things pain-free.
Here's the 0-2 to Morel. A slow roller. Ramirez charging. He barehands it to throw off the bag, but Morel is tagged out. Good play by Carlos Pena.
Well, that's a good play all around. Obviously the barehand, but Pena comes off the bag and able to make the tag on the runner Morel. It's a do-or-die play by Ramirez, but Pena finishes it off. You see how he comes off the bag, makes the catch, and sweeps down. And really the only chance Morel has is to slide, and you never want to promote sliding into first, but that's really the only situation that you might think about it.
John, what was the chatter in the dugout back in the 1st inning when Morel walked for only the 3rd time?
You know what? It's after his first walk, it was a big deal. We had some fun with him, but he's doing a good job. He's had a great year, obviously rookie year, but I don't know if anyone picks it better than him over at third base.
You guys had some fun. Never would have thunk it.
Imagine that, huh?
The manager, Ozzie Guillen, was giving you the business between innings when you first put the headset on. What's it been like playing for Ozzie? And take us through this, John, back on June 18th when you took the line drive off the noggin.
Yeah, it's I don't remember the ball coming back at me. Fortunately, I turned somehow and took it in a good spot. But you know, it's fortunate I wasn't hurt more than I am. You know, I've been taking a lot of grief for taking that and staying in the game, and then you know, I go out the next start and get put on the DL with an oblique.
Johnny, what's been the difference, you guys, with the way you started in that first month to where you are now?
You know, I really don't have an answer for you. We've definitely played better all-around baseball, on the ball better, picking it, hitting the ball a little bit. So, you know, I don't know if it's the weather or what, but you know, it's always more fun to win, and we're having a good time right now.
John, is Ozzie in your way right now?
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, he don't care. He's fun. I mean, he really is. But yeah, I mean, look at him. He's acting like he's doing something here. You know, he's really just got his head in the stands the whole time.
I think he's trying to listen to every word you say.
He probably is.
Trying not to smile. One and one on Konerko, grounded out to the shortstop Castro back in the first inning. Here's a bloop into shallow right center, and the catch is made by the second baseman, Barney. John, thanks a lot for joining us. So get well soon.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
John Danks, 15-game winner a year ago. Cubs and White Sox. Hey, still scoreless. Disabled list yesterday due to lower back soreness. Left his last start earlier this week after just one inning, as Aramis Ramirez takes strike one. Ramirez flied out to the center fielder Rios, his first time up, and he is hit by this next pitch from Umber, so Ramirez heads to first.
Well, this is just an off-speed pitch and gets away. Just kind of tracks, and boom, right on the elbow. You know, and that's the thing. Sometimes a pitch may not be that hard, or it's an off-speed or a knuckleball, but it's where it hits you that causes the discomfort. And sometimes that 75-mile-an-hour curveball, if it gets in the right spot, hurts a lot more than that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
So for the Cubs, leadoff man is on for the third time in 4 innings. White Sox have turned 3 double plays the first 3 innings. So here's Carlos Pena. A bunt single. His first time up back in the second inning. With the White Sox in the shift. No shift this time with a runner on at first.
You see Umber with 3 walks already. You know, he's had 14 starts this year. He's only had 3 games where he's had 3 walks. Everything else, 2 or less.
One of the 3 today, an intentional walk to the number 8 hitter Soto. There's Don Cooper, White Sox pitching coach. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Carlos Pena, the first Cub in history to hit no home runs during the month of April and have 17 by the 1st of July.
I'm not really sure that's a record you want. I mean, I guess it's all right. But
the second part of it's pretty good.
Yeah, second part's good, but that to qualify, you have to hit 0 in April. I'm not sure I want to get in that discussion.
No home runs, his first 70 at bats. Hit his first homer on May 3rd.
You know, but I think that has something to do with the transition in leagues, you know, especially as a power hitter.
First 10 years in the American League.
And then, of course, the other thing, the weather here. If you can get out of April and May with just some halfway decent numbers, and you see April 159, no home runs, but because it's so cold, wet, windy, you just, like I said, get out of April and May with some decent numbers.
He's now 5th in the league with 17 home runs. Pena down on strikes. First strikeout for Philip Umber. Time now for a DirecTV game break. Roy Halladay back in Toronto facing the Blue Jays for the first time. Top of the 7th inning. Chase Utley, a 2-run shot for the Phillies, giving the Phils a 4-3 lead. And then bottom of the 9th, the former Cub, Corey Patterson, grounding into the game-ending double play. Win number 11 for Halladay. Tied for the Major League lead with Justin Verlander, CC Sabathia, and Jair Jurgens. Get every MLB game and the most in HD. Call 1-800-DIRECTV. So a successful return to Toronto for Roy Halladay. Speaking of returns, here's Marlon Byrd returning to the Cubs lineup today. And walked back to the 2nd inning.
And that's the 5th pitch now he's seen, and every one of them outside part of the plate.
On 4 pitches in the 2nd after missing the last 39 games. Statistician Marty Aronoff passing along that Roy Halladay, that was his 84th win in Toronto. Nobody else has more than 50. 83 coming as a member of the Blue Jays. And now 1 during interleague play with the Phillies. 1-2 on Byrd. Ramirez, the runner on first. He was hit by a pitch leading off this inning. Pena struck out. 1 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning in a scoreless game. From Umber, another foul off to the left side. To Byrd in the dirt, blocked by Pierzynski. Now 2-2. Temperature has dropped 3 degrees since the 1st inning. Now 87.
You know what, though? I'll tell you, it's sitting up in this booth, it feels like it's dropped about 15 degrees. It is 100 times better, more of a breeze.
Big temperature swing during yesterday's game as well.
Yeah, it's supposed to be real warm yesterday, and it starts off in the 60s, and then by the end of the game, it warmed up. That's what you get here in Chicago.
2-2. On the ground to Morrell, to second for one. Another close play at second, as Ramirez is not happy with the call from Paul Emmel.
Yeah, he's got the bag. He's got the bag.
Yeah, this time he did.
That's a good call by Paul Emmel. Again, you typically see that over at first base. First baseman coming off the bag in real-time motion. It looks like, oh, he's off. But you see, when he does catch the ball, he still has that left foot on the bag.
So 2 away. Bird on at first. Soriano at the plate. Rounded into the 5-4-3 double play in the second inning. White Sox turning 2 in each of the first 3 innings. Second time this season in Major League Baseball that a team hit into 3 double plays in the first 3 innings. Orioles hit into 3 at home against Seattle. First 3 innings back on May the 12th. Mike Quaddy, the Cubs manager, ejected back in the second inning today after arguing the call at second on the double play that Soriano hit into.
And he was right. Beckham was not on the bag.
1-1 from Umber, right back to the box. Good play by Umber. And Soriano is retired. So through 4, we remain scoreless in Chicago. Ozzie Guillen chatting with some Cub fans behind the dugout between innings.
Well, that's Ozzie. He's always having fun. You know, whether it's with the fans or with the players, and he's just out there having a good time. But when it gets time to get serious, he's out there to win.
Had some fun with you prior to the game?
Well, we've had an opportunity to work together the last couple of years, so.
Ozzie has joined Fox during the postseason.
I told him I didn't want to see him this year. I want to be able to talk about him.
Pena takes it to the bag himself to retire. Pierzynski one away here in the top of the 5th inning. Well, Ozzie Guillen and the White Sox won the World Series back in 2005, first for the franchise since 1917. Just 6 games over the 500 mark since 2007. 27 career rejections, 4 suspensions. But today it's Cubs manager Mike Quade who is watching from his office in a scoreless game, top of the 5th inning. White Sox have had only 1 base runner on a rare walk to Brent Morel back in the 1st inning. That has been it. Garza has retired 12 in a row.
Well, Garza's thrown extremely well today, and you know he was one of the key parts that General Manager Jim Hendry had hoped would get this ball club to be competitive this year. A rotation of him and Dempster and Zambrano, Cashner and Wells at the beginning of the year.
Popped up, out of play. And Garza spent some time on the disabled list from late May through early June due to a right elbow problem.
Well, you mentioned earlier, only one of those starting 5 has avoided the disabled list, and that's been Dempster. I mean, again, and they weren't that deep to begin with.
Garza has won his last 2 decisions. The 1-2 to Ramirez. And he goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Garza. He's now retired 13 in a row. Well, next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, Joe Mauer leads the Twins into Chicago to take on these White Sox. Some of you will see the Braves and the Phillies. Next week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball presented by AT&T begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Check local listings for the game and start time in your area. 2 away. Here's Alex Rios. Fouled out to the 3rd baseman, Ramos Ramirez, his first time up. Pops this one up, and the catch is made behind second by the shortstop, Starlin Castro. A 7-pitch 5th inning for Matt Garza. anything possible. Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Kenny Albert, Eric Karros. No scores. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs 0 for 4 today with runners in scoring position, 0 for 9 in the series. Matt Garza has not allowed a hit through 5 innings, and now Giovanni Soto leads off against Philip Humber. Soto intentionally walked back in the 2nd.
Well, and you mentioned the Cubs 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. 2 opportunities in the first 2 innings. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Castro and Soriano in the 2nd. Swing at the first pitch, ground ball, double plays.
0-2 to Soto. Humber pitching inside. Soto on Thursday, a 3-run home run in the 13th inning to defeat the Giants. 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. Cubs with 3 hits today. 2 by left-handed batters. Humber this season against righties, an opposing batting average of just 161. Only 1 hit by a right-handed hitter today, and Soto goes down on strikes. 2nd strikeout for Humber.
Well, just frustrating as a hitter. Humber 3-2 pitch goes with the off speed. I mean, you're thinking, man, I'm hitting 8th in the lineup. I'm going to get a fastball right here. You know, Humber hasn't been crisp today, so you think he's going to throw a fastball, and what does he do? Pulls a string on you.
There's Garza with 1 out. Grounded to short his first time up. Strand 2 base runners. Garza also wearing Mark Grace's former number 17, and they also have the same initials.
Yeah, he picked Garza to go on the back, though. I don't think he picked the Grace.
Good decision by Matt. Garza and Humber both pitched for Minnesota, but they were not teammates. Missed each other by 1 season. And Garza once again gets the bat on it. And for the 2nd time, grounds out to the shortstop, Alexi Ramirez.
Well, both of these guys have pitched well, but they've gone at it in different ways. You know, Humber has not been that crisp. He's walked some guys, but anytime he got into a jam, he was able to make a pitch. I mentioned 3 double plays today. And on the flip side, Garza has just been flat out dominant.
Humber has induced 10 ground ball outs, while Garza has retired 14 in a row since the 1st inning walk to Morel. So 2 outs for Kosuke Fukudome, who was 1 for 2. Pitch number 73 from Humber. He is in for a called strike, 0-1. Humber making his 15th start. Record of 7-4. Won only 2 major league games prior to this season. 1st round pick, 3rd overall by the New York Mets back in 2004. White Sox are his 5th organization. He was claimed on waivers during the offseason by Oakland. Less than a month later, the A's placed him on waivers, and what a revelation he has been for the White Sox. As Fukudome rounds out to Beckham. So through 5, we remain scoreless here at Wrigley. sponsored by Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball across the country. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. What a day.
Beautiful day today. It started off a bit warm, but has cooled off considerably. Well, I shouldn't say considerably, but I'll tell you what, it feels a lot better than it did at the beginning of the game. You know, I thought with the way the weather started off that there would be a lot more offense. I thought the pitchers would be laboring a bit more. Again, with this change, pitchers have been dominating. They don't seem to be taxed at all energy-wise.
Strike one to the number 8 hitter of the White Sox order, Gordon Beckham. Fly to Fukudome and right his first time up. Matt Garza has allowed only one base runner, a first inning walk. He has retired 14 in a row. Fastball missing inside. 1-1. With the pitcher Umber waiting on deck. Grounded foul back behind third. Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler on hand here at Wrigley. His teammate, place kicker Robbie Gould, will sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Middle of the 7th inning. And Fox NFL Sunday host Kurt Menefee in the ballpark as well.
Well, and how about talking to Kurt prior to the game when it was extremely warm, thinking, all right, I'll catch quite a few innings. Hopefully there's not something I have to stay around and watch. And you see Matt Garza right now, haven't allowed any hits yet.
Kurt, hope you haven't left. Of course, we told him that if you do leave due to the heat, you can always come back around the 8th inning. Can't leave a game early, Kurt. Come on.
It's not L.A., right?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Beckham leading off for the White Sox. Top of the 6th inning here at Wrigley. It's only the second full count Garza has gone to today. Payoff pitch to Beckham. Ball 4, so the White Sox have their second base runner of the game after Garza had retired 14 in a row. Well, Fox Sports is proud to support Stand Up to Cancer in their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. Stand up for someone you love. Visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports to learn more. And all of us in the Fox Sports family are proud to support Stand Up to Cancer throughout this 2011 baseball season. Umber lays down the bunt. And the Cubs get the out at first with Beckham moving over to second base. Pierre, a couple of big hits the last 2 games for the White Sox.
Hey, yesterday the big 2-run triple. This is again in the 7th inning. Adam Dunn coming around to score. Pierre had a big base hit in Colorado as well. A lot of people have been talking about, should he be out there? And they've got a guy down in the minor leagues. But Ozzie Guillen loves this man. Loves the way he comes to the park every day, the way he prepares, and really there isn't another leadoff alternative on this ball club.
And Ozzie has been a staunch supporter and defender of Juan Pierre, not only this week and this season, but throughout his White Sox career.
Well, and remember, he goes back to the Florida Marlins.
That's right, 2003.
Yeah.
Ozzie was a coach on Jack McKeon's staff. Marlins won the 2003 World Series.
Hey, just keep that down there, Kenny. John Cusack, a loyal Cubs supporter.
Saying, take me out to the ball game yesterday.
Yes, he did. Shoot, any closer, he'd be in the dugout. Look at those seats.
To Pierre in the dirt. Well, Beckham moves over to third.
That's a great job of base running by Beckham. You see Soto keeps it in front of him. But as a base runner, the minute you see the catcher drop to his knees, you're off. Beckham recognizes that. 90 feet away.
Beckham advancing on the wild pitch. Thrown by Garza. And a 1-2 to Pierre, and he fouls it back. White Sox still without a base hit. Beckham walked leading off this inning. Sacrificed to second by Umber. And then moved to third on the wild pitch.
Well, and you see how they're playing the Sox defensively. Cubs are ready to cut off the run at home plate. Infield's in.
Fastball just missing inside. 2-2.
That ball's in, and you watch Soto move his glove over the plate once he catches the ball. And that tells us here in the booth and Gary Darling behind the plate it was a ball.
And now a base hit off the bat of Pierre into left field. Beckham scores easily. First hit of the game for the White Sox, and they take a 1-0 lead.
With the infield in, all Juan Pierre is trying to do is make contact. He serves it out to left field, drives in another big run. Watch Matt Garza. He is not happy, and he's not happy at Gary Darling. That's who he's not happy with. He thought he should have had a strike on the previous pitch. He's hot right now. He needs to calm down.
So Garza, who pitched a no-hitter last July 26th for the Tampa Bay Rays against the Tigers, finally allows a hit in the 6th inning. Kurt Menefee free to leave the ballpark. And Juan Pierre with a big hit for the 3rd straight game for the White Sox.
Well, and this is the pitch that Matt Garza wanted. And you can see this ball's off the plate, and you can see Giovanni Soto moves his glove, and he wants to call. You can look at it this way. The way that Garza has been throwing, and as good as he's been, he probably feels like he earned an extra inch or two off the plate.
White Sox strike first here in the 6th inning on Juan Pierre's 23rd run batted in of the season. Pierre goes the 0-1 to Morel, base hit right center. Pierre on his way to third, and he will hold. Back-to-back base hits for Pierre and Morel. White Sox with a 1-0 lead have runners on the corners with only one out.
Morel does a nice job. Now watch Garza right here, Kenny. Look at this. Like, oh, man, a guy on first and third. Okay, calm down. Get myself under control. Look, it's just a one-run ball game. There's no question he was very excitable after Pierre got that base hit.
Ball 1 to Adam Dunn. Dunn 0 for 2. Fly to right and struck out. First and third, one out, and now a visit from pitching coach Mark Riggins.
Yeah, and this is just a situation to come out and just, look, let's calm everybody down. It's only one run. Let's not open the floodgates here. Got to focus. You've got 3-4 hitters up. There can be some real damage done. But again, with the way Garza's thrown the ball today, nobody's really touched him. And again, that ball Pierre hit, he just, he served it out to left. It was a good pitch.
Garza had retired 14 in a row coming into this inning. A leadoff walk, a sacrifice bunt, a wild pitch, a single, then a hit and run single. White Sox manufacturing a run and looking for more. Fastball in for a called strike. 1-1 on Dunn.
You see Matt Garza just pounding the inner part of the plate, challenging Adam Dunn to get that bat head out front. And he feels like, look, with that open stance, by the time he closes it and gets the bat head going, he thinks he can get in on him. Little surprised that he went off speed there. He went with a slider. He tried to get that out of the strike zone, but again, 2 fastballs that he just threw in on Dunn's hands. And the way Adam approached it just didn't look like he had much of a chance. Again, the starts in the inner half and runs over, and it just, I think maybe he calls that a bit high, but it looked like a pretty good pitch.
Garza did not allow a hit over the first 5 innings. White Sox with a run on 2 hits so far here in the 6th. Two-two, called strike 3. So Dunn strikes out for the 2nd time today, 102nd time this season.
Really a great job by Soto and Garza. Set up Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn very cognizant of that inner fastball, that pitch on the inside part of the plate. And what does Garza do? He goes outside, just freezes Dunn. Dunn knows he can't do anything about it. And that's how you set up a hitter. That's 3 months of frustration, and the tide will turn, but it won't turn until you start getting some hits.
So with 2 away, here's Paul Konerko. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, strike 1. Konerko 0 for 2 today. 3rd in the American League with 21 home runs. 3rd in runs batted in with 62. Garza has already thrown 23 pitches here in the 6th inning. Only 49 pitches over the first 5. What do we always say week after week about the leadoff walk? Leadoff walk to Beckham. He has scored the game's first run.
Is that what we say? That
some of us.
They do. They come back to haunt you. There's a bit of a delay call there by Gary Darling, the home plate umpire. Paul Konerko didn't like it. Again, Garza is hitting his spots.
Two, left field. Soriano comes in, makes the catch, and that will do it for the White Sox in the sixth. They score a run on 2 hits. They strand 2. 1-0 Sox. Middle of the sixth. NFL Sunday told us he was going to leave around the 4th or 5th inning due to the heat, unless one of the pitchers still had a no-hitter.
Well, and I think also the fact that the weather cooled down and he's got some very nice company there. And I wasn't talking about the beer.
No. Well, we'll see if Kurt does in fact stay until the end. On this late Saturday afternoon in Chicago, Darwin Barney has reached base twice today, walked in the first, singled to right center in the third. Cubs had opportunities in the early innings. 2 on, nobody out in the first, 2 on, nobody out in the second. A 1-out base runner in the third. Cubs grounded into 3 double plays, including Castro and Soriano on the first pitch. Off the glove of Humber. Fielded by Ramirez, no throw. And the leadoff man Barney is on here in the sixth.
Well, Ramirez does a nice job to recover and get himself in a position to try to make a barehanded play. Humber knocks this ball down and just unable to grasp it with his bare hand. See Barney, the minute that ball hits off his glove, oh, that's it. I'm smelling a hit. I'm moving.
So an infield hit for Barney. His second hit today. Is on base for the third time. Ball 1 to Starlin Castro. So the Cubs with the leadoff man on for the 4th time in 6 innings.
Now Castro looking to stay out of his third double play.
Rounded into the 6-4-3 in the first, then the inning-ending 5-4-3 in the third.
Well, again, remember, we talked about the success teams have had running against the White Sox. You got Barney at first base. Guy that can run. And why not just try something? Try to make something happen.
Cubs only 28 steals this year, next to last in the National League. One to Castro, fouled back. Now 1-2. So Philip Humber, who did not allow a hit over the first 5 innings in his last start Sunday against Washington, pitching in the 6th for the 1-0 lead, and helped his own cause with that sacrifice in the top half.
Again, Humber's done a great job today. He really has. I mean, he hasn't been overwhelming, but he has grinded it out. It's a guy that it's always easy to go out there. I shouldn't say easy, but when you have your best stuff or when you're feeling good, you just go out there, you let it go, whether you're at the plate, whether you're out on the mound. But the real test is when you're not feeling well or when you don't have great stuff. What are you going to do to get you through the at-bats or the pitch sequences?
2-2 on Castro with Barney on at first. Aramis Ramirez waiting on deck. No outs, bottom of the 6th inning. White Sox lead the Cubs 1-0. Humber off the mound. Another infield hit for the Cubs. Second infield hit here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, again, now Humber a little bit unlucky. This is the second infield hit, but remember, we've had a couple of double plays. You know, and some of those balls are hit with runners on first and second. They go right to the infield. You see Castro, he sees it, he's running, he's legging it out. Again, Humber's been fortunate today. When he has gotten trouble, he's made pitches, but the ground balls have gone to the White Sox fielders.
So the Cubs with 5 hits today, 3 have been infield hits, including the Pena bunt.
Yeah, but this is the issue. This is the 3rd time runners on first and second, nobody out.
Ramirez at the plate, swings at the first pitch. As we saw from Castro and Soriano earlier, 0-1.
Well, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Ramirez is as hot as any hitter. He swung at a pitch that's up in the zone. He's trying to launch one. You know, it's not just up there and I'm swinging.
The 0-1, Ramirez fouls it off to the right side. We take you back to the 1st inning. Castro grounds into the 6-4-3. 2nd inning, Soriano, 5-4-3 double play. And then Castro in the 3rd.
And remember those first 2 double plays. Again, we talk about the first pitch, but the guys right before him had walked on 4 and 5 pitches respectively.
That's right. Now the 0-2 to Ramirez. He pops it up. A towering pop-up. The first baseman, Konerko, calling for it, straddling the line. 1 away. Time now for a DirecTV game break. We take you to Cincinnati. Reds and Indians, top of the 3rd. The starting pitcher for the Indians, Fausto Carmona, stumbles down the first base line and was forced to leave the game. The next batter, Michael Brantley, a 3-run shot off Homer Bailey. Indians 3-0 now in the 5th. We have not yet received word on Carmona. We will pass along the injury report as soon as we get word from Cincinnati. Indians first place in the American League Central by a half game. White Sox only 3.5 back. So now 2 on with 1 out for the Cubs and Carlos Pena. Pena 1 for 2 today. The bunt single. Struck out his last time up in the 4th. There's Castro and first base coach Bob Dernier. Barney the runner on second. Back-to-back infield singles. Another towering pop-up. This one in shallow left center. Catch is made by the second baseman Beckham for out number 2. And with Garza watching from the Cubs dugout, his teammates are now 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Well, you mentioned 0 for 6, 0 for 5 last night. We talk about this number that the Cubs have offensively with the runs, the batting average, the on base, all those sorts of things where, you know, they're near the top. They're not at the top, but they're near. They're respectable. But the bottom line is hitting with runners in scoring position has been absolutely non-existent this year.
.238 average as a team coming into this game. So an opportunity for Marlon Byrd in his first game back from the disabled list. Byrd takes a called strike, 0-1. Byrd walked his first time up, reached on a fielder's short to the 4th. Nothing in 2.
I'll tell you, when Ummer's gotten into trouble today, he's always responded with good pitches. Since the runners first and second in this inning, he's thrown 7 straight strikes. Not a ball, 7 straight strikes, and you're talking the 4, 5, and now 6 hitter.
The 0-2 from Umber. It gets past Pierzynski. Both runners advance. So after the 7 consecutive strikes, the wild pitch allowing Barney to move to third, Castro to second.
Well, just trying to throw that off speed down and away. Holds on to it a little bit too long. Again, though, you've got first base open. You can toy around. You don't have to throw anything over the plate.
Oh. Look out. He might need a batting helmet. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Wrigley. And time is called by the home plate umpire, Gary Darling. Byrd asking for time. Darling grants it. Now the 1-2 from Umber. Missing away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground to the third baseman, Morrell. Fires across to retire Byrd, and the Cubs strand 2 in the 6th. We'll return to Chicago after these messages from your local Fox station. Baseball presented by AT&T. Rethink possible. White Sox lead the Cubs 1-0. White Sox 1 run, only 2 hits. Cubs no runs on 5 hits. This afternoon starters, Matt Garza on the left, Philip Humber on the right. Garza 75 pitches over the first 6 innings as A.J. Pierzynski takes a called strike, 0-1.
Well, Garza's been the more crisp of the two, but to Humber's credit, anytime he's got into trouble, he's got himself out of it. Double plays, ground balls. I've really been impressed by him today.
How about Garza? He retired 14 in a row from the first through the 5th.
Yeah, Garza just bad fortune. Give up the single to Pierre, but bad fortune more so because the offense, so many opportunities. Cubs 1 for 12 today with runners on base.
White Sox no hits over the first 5. A pair of hits in the 6th inning. Second baseman Barney, 1 away. Well, tomorrow on TBS, the Midsummer Classic participants will be announced. It's the 2011 All-Star Selection Show. Check local listings. We spoke to Cubs manager Mike Quade, and he received a phone call from Bruce Bochy earlier this week, manager of the San Francisco Giants and the National League All-Stars, inviting Quade to Phoenix for the All-Star game as part of his coaching staff.
Yeah, he was looking forward to it, excited. His first opportunity to go to an All-Star game. You know, he brought up an interesting point. You know, the coaches being selected by the manager, but with the game meaning something and determining home field advantage for the World Series, he was saying the third base coach is very important, and there are third base coaches that are better than others, and those guys probably impact the game more so than anybody outside of the manager. Whether it's sending a guy, bringing him over to third, he felt like that maybe there should be a vote for the third base coach.
A vote of managers and other coaches around the league.
It's an interesting idea, and it makes a bit of sense.
There's Jeff Cox, the White Sox terrific third base coach, who was very close with Mike Quade. They speak frequently throughout the season.
As much as I enjoyed watching Tommy Lasorda coach third many years ago and getting out of the way of that bat.
Left field off the bat of Alexi Ramirez. Soriano under it. Yes, Tommy tried to get out of the way of the Vladimir Guerrero bat. Well, through a nationwide vote, fans have selected the 2 finalists in the Midsummer Classics bracket tournament, pitting Cal Ripken's 2001 Swan Song against Stan Musial's game-ending home run in 1955 for the title of greatest moment in All-Star game history. Join the debate. Go to MLB.com/moments to place your vote for either Cal or Stan the Man. 2 away. Here's Alex Rios. Rios, a 2-time All-Star. 0 for 2 today. The All-Star game in 10 days. Tuesday, July 12th, right here on Fox from Phoenix, Arizona. And Mike Quade actually aimed to the National League coaching staff, replacing Jim Riggleman, who was scheduled to be a part of Bruce Bochy's staff. Riggleman, of course, the former Cubs manager who stepped down as manager of the Washington Nationals last week and was here at Wrigley yesterday and will be back here tomorrow. Now in our business, doing a pre- and post-game show on local cable.
Yeah, reading some material, said that he was going to be involved with that, but then afterwards head back home. And he said he's still wrestling with what's gone on, and not saying that he's uneasy about it, but it still keeps him up.
I would think he's gone through what took place in his mind hundreds and perhaps thousands of times over the last 10 days or so. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th inning, 1-0 White Sox as Garza delivers. Rios, ground ball up the middle, behind the bag, Castro. And that will do it for the White Sox, retired in order. In the 7th by Matt Garza. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Wrigley. And by Burger King, get the original chicken sandwich for just $1.04. July 2, 3, and 4. Well, it is July 2nd. We come to you from Wrigley Field. Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, bottom of the 7th inning. Philip Humber and the White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0 as Alfonso Soriano takes a called strike, 0-1. Soriano 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and bounce back to Humber. Herb Menifee still in the ballpark. There's Jay Cutler, Bears quarterback. His teammate, place kicker Robbie Gould, saying, "Take me out to the ball game," just moments ago. One-two to Soriano. Missing inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Thornton in the White Sox pen. Center field, Rios. 1 out. Time now for our Just for Men Keep Your Edge spotlight. Just as Phil Humber has given the White Sox the edge, you too can keep your edge with Just for Men mustache and beard. Humber has scattered 5 hits, has not allowed a run over the first 6 of the 3rd innings.
And I've said it all game long. What's been most impressive is his ability to make pitches when he gets into trouble. 3 different times, first and second, nobody out. 3 times, Cubs come up with nothing.
No-hitter through 5 in his last start on Sunday. Has not allowed a run so far today. Matt Garza has come out into the on-deck circle. Giovanni Soto, an intentional walk. and struck out his last time up in the 5th. Umber gunning for his 8th win of the season. 6-2 over his last 11 starts. He's thrown 106 pitches so far today. Three times the Cubs have had 2 men on with nobody out. In the 1st, the 2nd, and the 6th. They have not been able to score a run. Cubs have had at least 1 base runner in every inning except the 5th, when Umber retired them in order. Payoff pitch to Soto, a called strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Philip Umber.
Well, this is a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Soto was hoping he'd get the call there.
Ozzie out to the mound. So 2 outs. Here's Garza. 110 pitches, Eric, and that matches Umber's season high. Through 110 back on May 26th in Toronto. Garza has grounded out to the shortstop, Ramirez, twice. Now 1-2.
Not messing around here, just throwing fastballs. But pretty consistent. You see, didn't have any easy inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts of Soto and Garza. Through 7, 1-0 Sox. 7 innings, threw a career-high 114 pitches. Retired the last 6 Cubs that he faced. And that will be all for Umber this afternoon.
Yeah, great job. And remember, he's also the man that got the sacrifice bunt down. Runner later scored on a Juan Pierre base hit.
Helping his own cause back in the top of the 6th inning. Now Garza facing Gordon Beckham, who led off that 6th inning with a walk. Garza had not yet allowed a base hit at that point. Beckham walked, was sacrificed to second by Umber, moved to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a Juan Pierre single. And a base hit into right field off the bat of Beckham, only the 3rd hit for the White Sox today. And now Ozzie Guillen will send up a pinch hitter. Mark Teahan will bat for Philip Umber. White Sox lead 1-0. Top of the 8th inning. These teams have met in the regular season every year since '97. They have played only one 1-0 game. That was June 13th, 2010. Also, a 1-0 Cubs win in Game 4 of the 1906 World Series over the White Sox.
That's going back right there. That's going back a few years.
So 2 1-0 games in the history of this rivalry. White Sox won that 1906 World Series 4-2. But the Cubs did take Game 4 at Southside Park in front of 18,385 by a 1-0 score. Sox would then win Games 5 and 6, 8-6 and 8-3. What a pitcher's duel in Game 4. Mark Teahan batting just .208. But he is 4 for 10 as a pinch hitter with 4 runs batted in. Longtime Kansas City Royal. 2nd season with the White Sox.
See Garza more ground balls and flyouts. Looking for a ground ball right here.
0-2 on the pinch hitter Teahan. Eric, the winning pitcher in Game 4 back in 1906. 1-0 Cubs win. Mordecai Three-Finger Brown.
There you go.
From Garza, fastball missing low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beckham leadoff single. Runner on first. Sean Marshall and James Russell in the Cubs pen. 1-2. Team got a piece of it. Cubs will have the top of the order due up in the bottom of the inning. Fukudome, Barney, and Castro. White Sox lead 1-0.
The problem is, though, the Cubs are going to go against a White Sox bullpen that has just been red hot. I think that's probably been the biggest difference from the beginning of the year to now. Is the way that bullpen has been solidified. Remember Matt Thornton closing at the beginning of the year. Now Santos, the guy.
Teahan down on strikes. 5th strikeout for Matt Garza.
Well, Garza's just been flat out dominant today. I mean, bad luck is his offense not being able to score, but he's worked both sides of the plate. Fastball, off speed. He's made the hitters expand their zone. He's set guys up. You're talking about swings and misses on pitches that aren't even in the zone. And that's when you know you've got electric stuff. And I said he deserves better up to this point.
He's thrown only 96 pitches. with one out of the 8th inning as Pierre fouls off the first pitch from Garza. Juan Pierre has driven in the game's only run with a single to left field back in the 6th inning.
Well, you say 96 pitches. He threw 26 of those pitches in that 6th inning.
That's right.
You know, he had a pitch that he thought was strike 3 and didn't get the call.
On Pierre at the plate. Pierre with the game-winning hit in each of the last 2 games for the White Sox. A 2-run single in the 10th inning to beat Colorado 6-4 on Thursday. 2-run triple in the 7th here at Wrigley yesterday. Beckham goes, and Pierre fouls it off to the left side. 0-2. White Sox looking to win their 4th consecutive game. They had one 4-game winning streak earlier this season, and a win today would even their record at 500 for the first time since mid-April. How about this? In interleague play, White Sox have won their last 9 series on the road. 18 of their last 19 interleague series overall.
Yeah, that definitely is some sort of number right there. You mentioned a win today will get the White Sox back to 500. You know, you have to get there. You get to 500, and then you start looking at the division. Start saying, who are we going to catch?
White Sox were 11 games under 500 on May 6th.
Yeah, and I think they've got a high ceiling. I should say a high ceiling. They've got a lot of room to improve. Offensively, obviously, that goes without saying. They can get Jake Peavy, you know, continuing to build his strength. Get Danks back. The bullpen is really rounded out to form.
Pierre called out on strike. 6th strikeout. 2nd in a row for Garza. So the White Sox looking to get back to that 500 mark. 3.5 behind first place Cleveland. Royals have dropped to 5th place following their strong start. Twins inching up a bit following the return of Joe Mauer. And they will face the White Sox on Fox next Saturday. Here's Brent Morel with 2 away. Morel has reached base twice, a rare walk in the 1st inning and a single in the 6th. White Sox lead the Cubs 1-0. Top of the 8th inning here at Wrigley. 0-1 from Garza. Morel went around, 0-2. Beckham goes, pitch out, throw from Soto is in time. Garza has pitched 8. Top of the Cubs order will face the White Sox pen when we come back. Fusion Pro Glide turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. Back in Chicago, Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, with the White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0, bottom of the 8th inning. 34-year-old left-hander Matt Thornton on in relief of Philip Bumber, who did not allow a run over the first 7 innings. Kosuke Fukudome takes a called strike, 0-1. Thornton's 33rd appearance, represented the White Sox in the All-Star game last July, as Fukudome falls behind, 0-2.
Well, remember, Matt Thornton started the year with opportunities as the closer, and always been that 7 or 8 inning guy. He just wasn't able to take hold of it.
Uncalled strike 3, so Fukudome is now 1 for 4 as he heads back to the Cubs dugout. Help make a baseball moment kids will never forget. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball, plus enter to win one of 4 trips to the 2011 Major League Baseball All-Star Game and the keys to a new Chevrolet. Cubs skipper Mike Quade heading to the All-Star game, but he's been back in the Cubs clubhouse since the 2nd inning when he was ejected for arguing a call at second base. We both thought that Mike certainly had an argument.
I'm going to go a step further. Forget having an argument. He was right.
Absolutely. Two hits today for Darwin Barney. Let's take you back to the 2nd inning on the ground ball hit by Soriano.
Remember, this is 1st and 2nd, nobody out. You see Beckham, he's a good foot off the back. Watch this. I got it, and I'm already throwing to first.
And that was the 2nd of 3 consecutive double plays in each of the first 3 innings turned by the White Sox. Cubs had 2 on, nobody out in the 1st, the 2nd, and the 6th. But have not been able to score a run.
Interesting note from Marty Aronoff. Just let me know that the Cubs, they've only had 1 ball hit out of the infield since the 3rd inning. That was a Soriano flyout in the 7th.
Wow.
And you talk about pitching.
2-2 to Barney. Morel, long throw. Scooped by Konerko for out number 2.
Well, Morel's had a lot of action today at third base. Has fielded everything cleanly. Here he gets a little help from Paul Konerko. See the glove out, head down. Look at watch where his head is. Eyes are looking away, head down, just in case it takes a bad op. I see you working there, Paulie.
Whatever works.
Fine first baseman, has had an excellent career. I mean, really, he's borderline Hall of Fame. I mean, he really is. You look at just the consistent numbers that Paul Konerko has put up over the years. Won a World Series, been as important a player the White Sox have had in their history as far as what he does on the field and in the clubhouse.
4-time All-Star, 15 Major League seasons. Look at his all-time rankings in White Sox history. 2nd in home runs to Frank Thomas. And last year, at the age of 34, finished 5th in American League MVP voting.
Well, and I think it's pretty safe to say that he's gone about his career the right way.
Yes.
And that's what sets him apart.
First round pick by the Dodgers back in '94.
As a catcher. As a catcher.
Well, there was no room at first base. 3-1 to Castro, full count. Aramis Ramirez waiting on deck. Should Castro reach? Payoff pitch from Thornton. Just foul. Down the right field line. Castro, an infield hit back in the 6th inning. 32 games with at least 2 hits this season, 4th in the major leagues. Another foul off to the right side. Thornton on in relief of Philip Humber. Went 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, no runs. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he gets the 9th inning. Who closes that out today? Santos having thrown 3 in a row as far as consecutive days. Ozzie telling us before the game he didn't think that Santos would be available.
Santos 18 saves and 20 opportunities this season for the White Sox.
And I think he's really been the key to the turnaround for this White Sox ball club, just because he was able to assume that role. It placed other guys in certain roles. You know, I remember a game where Lillibridge made a great catch in the outfield. There he is, down in the bullpen. Lillibridge made a great catch in the outfield, and Ozzie was asked after the game about his closer, and he said, "Yeah, my right fielder. That's my new closer."
Santos, the former shortstop in the minor leagues, has done a terrific job. 11th pitch of the at-bat. Castro down on strikes. So a 1-2-3 20-pitch inning for Thornton. We move to the 9th. With the White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0. Here's Brent Morel, who was at the plate in the 8th when Gordon Beckham was thrown out attempting to steal second for the final out of the inning. So another opportunity for Morel. He'll be followed by Dunn, and then Konerko facing Matt Garza pitching into the 9th for the first time this season. That was pitch number 104 from Garza today. He's allowed just the 1 run on only 3 White Sox hits.
Well, he's done a great job today, and balls have not been hit that hard. He's kept the White Sox hitters off balance. He's moved the ball around. He's shown great control. You know, his biggest problem today has been the Cubs offense. Number of opportunities and unable to cash in on any of them.
Morel, right field. Fukudome moving to his left, one away. Garza did not allow a hit over the first 5 innings. Retired 14 consecutive White Sox at one point. Time now for the Valvoline Next Gen right play of the game. This was the first hit for the White Sox today. Top of the 6th, Juan Pierre singles to left, scoring Gordon Beckham, who had walked leading off the inning, was sacrificed over to second by Umber, moved to third on a wild pitch, and then scored on that Juan Pierre hit.
Well, and you saw where that pitch that Pierre hit. I mean, it was out of the zone, off the plate a couple inches, low. And Juan Pierre, great ability to put the bat on the ball. He's always had that throughout his career.
The 0-1 to Adam Dunn, who has struck out his last 2 times up, now 1-1. Juan Pierre, game-winning hit for the White Sox in each of their last 2 games. Thursday against Colorado, yesterday here at Wrigley. And if the score holds, it'll be 3 in a row for Juan Pierre. Cubs will have Ramirez, Pena, and Bird due up in the bottom of the 9th. Jeff Samardzija in the Cubs pen. One, two. Did Dunn go around? He did. Soto the first for out number 2. Strikeout number 7 for Garza. There have been 31-0 finals in Major League Baseball this season, most through 1st of July in 22 years. And as we mentioned earlier, there has been only one 1-0 game during interleague play between these teams since 1997. June of last year. Strike 1 to Paul Konerko, who is 0 for 3.
Well, you see Garza right there painting the inner half of the plate with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball here in the 9th inning. I mean, just great stuff today.
We mentioned this would be Juan Pierre's 3rd consecutive game with the game-winning RBI. J.J. Hardy did it for the Orioles last month. Last time a White Sox did it, Jermaine Dye back in August of 2008. Game-winning hit 3 consecutive games. Up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman, Barney. But the throw pulls Pena off the bag. So the White Sox have a 2-out base runner here in the 9th. An infield hit for Paul Konerko.
You know, it's amazing. You're talking about going back to the Juan Pierre and the 3 game-winning base hits. You see Barney way back on the grass there. Might have had a bit more time to set and throw. You see Paul Konerko not even in your picture right there. But getting back to the Juan Pierre, the 3 consecutive game-winning base hits, the Cubs have yet to win 3 consecutive games all year long.
They've won 2 straight 9 times. And in all 9 instances have lost that next game. Here's A.J. Pierzynski. First pitch. Darwin Barney. So Garza goes 9. Trailing the White Sox 1-0. We move to the bottom of the 9th. Ramirez, Pena, and Bird due up. Presented by AT CHN, rethink possible. Bottom of the ninth inning at Wrigley Field. White Sox over the Cubs 1-0. Matt Thornton threw 20 pitches. Retired the Cubs in order in the eighth. Now facing the middle of the order, Aramis Ramirez on the first pitch. Flies out to Juan Pierre in left. So Ramirez is retired. New right fielder for the White Sox is Brent Lillibridge, replacing Adam Dunn in right. So one pitch, one out. Terrific job by our entire Fox crew today. Our producer, Jeff Gowen, director, Jim Lynch, associate director, Eric Billigmeyer, associate producer, Andy Kavanaugh. Our technical producer is Craig Marlowe, technical director, Simon Benazra. Pre-game show produced by Don Bowie. Thanks to Marty Aronoff and Ethan Cooperson crunching the numbers. Mike Eldridge here in the booth. Carlos Pena 1 for 3. 2 for 7 lifetime against Thornton. So for the Cubs, Eric, Matt Garza pitches 9 innings, allowing 1 run, only 4 hits. Cubs without a complete game so far this season.
Yeah, Matt Garza definitely deserves a better fate than the one he's looking at right now.
White Sox scoring the only run of the game in the 6th inning. Backhanded by the second baseman, Beckham. Terrific play. And Pena is retired.
You know, we can talk about the pitching performance of Garza or even what Humber did today for the White Sox, but you got to also give credit to this White Sox defense. I mean, they've been spot on today. Morrill at third, done a great job. Beckham turning him and ranging right there. They have caught the ball.
3 double plays the first 3 innings. So now the Cubs down to their final out. Marlon Byrd at the plate. Activated from the disabled list today. As the Cubs sent Lou Montañez down to AAA with the return of Marlon Byrd. Byrd 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning as Thornton delivers. 95 miles per hour from Matt Thornton. Looking to close it out for Philip Humber. 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Thornton to Byrd. On the ground to the shortstop, Ramirez. And that will do it. The White Sox win their 4th in a row. Even their record at 500 for the first time since April 16th. Philip Humber wins his 8th. Tough luck loss for Matt Garza, who pitched a complete game for the Cubs.
Yeah, Mark, spit it out. Garza threw a great ball game today. I mean, really, even the pitch that Juan Pierre hit to drive in the run, it was an excellent pitch. Just did not get any run support at all from the offense. Again, the Cubs, first and second with nobody out 3 different times, come up empty.
Cubs first and second, nobody out of the first, in the second, again in the 6th. Unable to score a run. White Sox with only 4 hits defeat the Cubs by the score of 1-0. White Sox now 4-1 against the Cubs this season. Sox were 11 games under 500 on May 6th. They are now 42-42 as they win their 4th consecutive game. So Philip Humber now 8-4 in 15 starts. The White Sox, Matt Garza, who had won his last 2 decisions. Terrific, but he drops to 4-7. Save number 3 for Matt Thornton in 2 hours, 37 minutes. Juan Pierre with the game-winning RBI for the third consecutive game. First White Sox to do that since Jermaine Dye back in August of 2008.
Hey, Juan Pierre faced some adversity as of late too. You know, people question whether or not he should be out there every day, but he's answered the bell and done a great job.
Well, Matt Thornton did a great job as well, and he joins us from just in front of the White Sox dugout. Matt, 20 pitches in the 8th, a little easier in the 9th, I guess, for you, huh?
The one thing I didn't want to do is walk him right there, so just keep on going after him, make him put the ball in play, and actually it was a bad pitch. He swung at a backup slider that I struck him out with, so good battle, but got him on that one.
Matt, talk a little bit about the change with your bullpen, the beginning of the year to where you guys are now, and just the unbelievable stretch that you're on and your dominance right now.
Well, I'm not stinking like I was in April, so that's the biggest part right now. You know, it's Sergio's been outstanding. He was so hot at the start of the year, hit a little rust battle about three weeks ago, and he came out of that real well. Jesse's been solid all year. Will Ullman, aside from the very start of the year, has been great. Bruni's come in and stepped in, and he's filling in some big roles for us and doing a great job. So, we're on a nice little roll right here, and just want to keep on going to the break.
And you've been sweet also, so let's not discount the fact. Give all the credit to everybody else, but you've been lights out. Are you more comfortable in that spot setting up, or does it really matter to you and you just got it going right now?
Yeah, the proof's in the pudding. I guess I'm not made out to be a closer right now. No, I'm just kidding. It's things didn't go my way in that situation. Early in the year, I had a really bad month in April. Like I said, Sergio was throwing the ball so well. You have to give him those opportunities to shut the game down, and we've been playing a lot of close games over the last couple months here. It's one way or the other. So it's just keep on battling, keep on going, and whatever they put us in there, we're ready to fill in.
Matt, congratulations on the save, the victory. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, guys.
Matt Thornton with his third save of the season for the White Sox, who defeat the Cubs by the score of 1-0. We'll return to Wrigley right after these messages from your local Fox station.